Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fraser Not the Exorcist, and the day has finally come. Of course, judging by the title, of course, you know that I'm talking about WHATUPRG finally dropping his debut album, New Hollywood. Now, if you've been, well, if you're one of the one or two people who've been actually paying attention to my channel and what's going on there, I've not uploaded in over a month now, and certainly haven't uploaded any album reviews for way longer than that. Probably like, I don't know, like what, 3-4 months now since I've actually, maybe even uh, I'm not even sure if I've even uploaded an album review this year at all. Like, anyway, time's going by really fast. I just have not been motivated to do anything like that. Just was not really that interested, honestly. But today, for this album, I had no choice. I had to do it because the thing about New Hollywood is, like, it's not just some other hyped up album, hyped up Christian album. It's not just like it's not just any other album. This is New Hollywood. This is the Christian rap album that everyone's been talking about. Everyone's been talking about, like, rumors and stuff, and the whole thing that happened with the original album for years now, because I only got into Christian hip hop only like since 2017, around the time when Lecrae was about to drop. I think it was All Things Work Together or something like that it was called, but just whichever album he dropped in 2017. That was my first era of actually paying attention to Christian hip hop music, and I just could not escape the conversation that was New Hollywood. I at the time, and like even like years coming on, only knew about WHATUPRG through features that he would do, like features especially with like Derek Minor, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know much about WHATUPRG. I just knew he was on Reach Records, and like everyone seemed to like him, and he just seemed to be like a cool guy. But I never really like listened to any singles from him like that. Maybe just one or two, but mostly just heard him on features and stuff, which felt weird because like everyone was talking about this guy like consistently. And there was this sad story of when I'm not sure when like New Hollywood was originally supposed to drop. I know that it was like years ago, but I'm not sure when, because like this thing has been talked about ever since 2017, so that's like 5-6 years ago at this point. And I just and it's been consistently in the conversation of like hyped up Christian rap albums. Like everyone's asking, when's it gonna come out? Is it ever coming out? Because I, if I'm not mistaken, the original New Hollywood was either leaked or stolen or something like that. I'm not too sure, but one of those happened, and then he had to start everything over from scratch. So yeah, and then he took like years to do that, and is only dropping it all these years later. So, but still consistently every single year people were talking about it. People were like saying how great it would be when it finally comes out, and that's just like what kept me focused on it, and kept me focused on WHATUPRG in general, is just this mythical album. I've never like heard or seen any or listened to any other album that was as as mysterious as WHATUPRG's New Hollywood. So to see it finally come out, I'm really excited for this listen. I don't usually do this much anymore, especially album reviews, because I just don't have the time. I just don't have the focus or the drive to really do it. But with this one, I have to do it. I have to make this exception and give this album the time of day, because it's just been years of consistently hearing about it and anticipating it, and to see it finally here is a really great thing. So Without further ado, I've talked long enough. Let's get started with the first track, which looks to be new. So I'll be right back with my thoughts. All right, new track one was just basically a intro for the album. It was mostly kind of like a heavenly sounding instrumental with WHATUPRG doing some harmonizing over it, and some good harmonizing to his credit. So there's not much to it, not much to really break down, not much to really spend time on. It's just less than 2 minutes of harmonies and melody and just a great instrumental. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna rate it, honestly, because it's good, but it's not like it's not like a track. It's not like you're supposed to go back and listen to it over and over again. It's not that good or anything, but it's a great track. If not sure if I'm gonna include it in the final like overall rating kind of thing, but it's a good track. It's just a nice intro track. So I'm not gonna give that one a rating out of 10 or anything like that. So yeah, let's continue to track 2, which was released as the first single for the album. Kids. I've heard it before. Wasn't like too much of a fan of it. I thought it was a good song like overall, but not really something I listen to or like want to listen to like multiple times or anything like that. But yeah, let's see if this listen is gonna change my mind about it any much. So all right, Kids. Yeah, pretty much still like what I thought about it when I heard it like first when it came out as a single. I'm still in the same headspace about it today. It's not a bad song by any means. I think it's just like it feels a bit, I don't know, like a bit unfinished or a bit underdeveloped to a certain extent. Not sure even why I think that, because the song is really short. It's only 2 minutes 12 seconds long, and I don't think that it achieves the high that I would want it to. It doesn't achieve the high that I would want it to in order, like for me to like really like zone in and like get it. Because as it is right now, I'm not sure what they're trying to convey, because usually when I do like this track by track kind of thing, I kind of like summarize what the song's about, but I couldn't really tell you because I think it was just too short. I like WHATUPRG's melodies, of course. I like those all the time. I like his rapping, of course. I like his flow all over the track. I like that I'll Go Send Me part. But overall, it just comes off as like as like a good but underdeveloped idea of a song. So yeah, but overall, I give it about I'm thinking like a strong 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. Kind of stuck between that. So by the time I get to editing this video, I'll definitely be able to choose one of those, so you'll just see it on top of the screen. But still, at the end of the day, Kids is a great track. Yeah, it just feels a bit underdeveloped in my opinion. So for track 3, we have MySpace. I'll be right back. Okay, MySpace actually had 2 features on it, with Not Clyde doing some background vocals and some ad-libs throughout the song, especially around the chorus, and 1KFU dropped a pretty short verse in the middle of it. And overall, as a track, I thought MySpace was I thought it was a good song. I thought it was a good song. Nothing really special. I liked especially when WHATUPRG like turned up the energy with his second verse. But overall, it was just like a good song. The instrumental was pretty good, I thought. The chorus, it was good. Just nothing really stood out to me really. I There were some choice lines that I liked. Fighting demons on pay-per-view. I liked the part when he like said top like what, like 15 times or something like that. Um, and yeah, overall it's just a nice, good song about uh, about getting over your problems and working hard to become better and become the best that you can be. And just I'm just like overcoming troubles in general. So it's a good message with that. So overall, I'd probably give the song about a six. I don't know. It's either a 6.5 or a 7 again. I can't really choose. I'd I'd say about a 6.5 probably. Yeah, it's probably a 6.5. Everyone did a great job. Of course, it's a credit to Not Clyde that even without like looking it up, I knew it was Not Clyde because of his signature ad libs and stuff. So that's great. He did a great job there. So yeah, overall, MySpace from 1K Few, WHATUPRG and Not Clyde. It's a good song. It's a good song. Just a bit forgettable, I guess. But yeah, it's just overall a good song. Anyway, so let's move on to track 4, Human. Okay, track 4, Human. It definitely lives up to its title. In my opinion, this has been the best song so far. Well, only 4 tracks in, but yeah, that was a really powerful song right there. It started off as this like alt rock, like kind of like a pop rock kind of sounding kind of song, and then built up into this. Well, kind of past the halfway mark, built up into this really like psychedelic rap. I don't know, I'm trying to say something. It built up into this like psychedelic distorted rap segment near the end. Yeah, and the beat switch was really smooth there, so good job on that. I certainly wasn't expecting it. Kind of woke me up. And that part is what makes the song so great, because the song is basically about, as the title says, being human. He talks about like being depressed and like and not doing as much as he can, being like all caught up in his mind about what could happen, and just like he like as he says in the song, his thoughts paralyze him, and he uses these coping mechanisms like drugs and drinking and partying and stuff to basically kind of like distract himself and kind of like numb these like negative thoughts that he has about situations going around him, and also about his own like mental state of not doing much to begin with. And that's really powerful and very relatable message to many, I'm sure. And then when it gets down to the rapping part, I looked up if there was a featured artist or something, because the voice is distorted, and I came across on Genius the name, was it Rima? It was what is it? Romar Jesse. I'm not sure which part he does, because like the voice kind of, at least to me, it sounds the same throughout the whole second part, where after the beat switch when he starts rapping. But anyway, it's a well done part. So in that part really, he kind of does this like rapid fire thing of like topics that have affected him mentally, with like the like with the raid on the Capitol and just racism and the like discrimination against minorities and stuff that goes on around America and stuff like that really bothers him mentally, and that also leads him to self-medicate with the partying and the drugs and the drinking, and the part especially like right at the end when he's like make me wanna, and he's like listing it off, self-medicate and meditate, then and then you hear the cock of a gun right at the end. That was a brilliant idea to get the message across, and it certainly got it across to me. So yeah, overall this is my favorite song by far so far. You know, I would like for it to get better, the album. I mean, like and I don't mean that in a bad way, like it's been bad or anything. I'm just saying I would like for it to get better, but if that is like the peak of creativity and just like the peak of the quality of the album overall, I would not be mad at all, because that song is I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. I wanted to give it a 10 or a 9, but I wasn't really feeling that strongly about it, so I'll probably give it like an 8 or an 8.5. By the time I'm editing, I'll have made up my mind. So yeah, overall really well done track. I like the rock elements, I like the psychedelic distorted rap segment there at the end, and I just thought it really came well together. Yeah, so that was a good one. Next we have track 5, Floating, which looks to be like another interlude or something, because it's only 30 seconds long, but yeah, I'll find out and I'll be right back. So yeah, all right, as it turns out, Floating was just a 30-second build up into track 6, which is Melatonin, so I'm not even gonna count Floating in it and anything. I'm not even sure why they kind of put that there, because it's like, you know, like Melatonin is what, 2 minutes 44 seconds. You could not add extra 30 seconds to that just to, I don't know, just like make the track list shorter or something like that, you know. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, not sure if it really serves a purpose much, because it's not like it I don't know, like it's anything different from Melatonin. It's just the same instrumental, like an extra 30 seconds of it as a separate track. I'm not sure why they did that, but regardless, Melatonin, which is the song that Floating's instrumental is on, yeah, it's a good song. It's about WHATUPRG, being up all the time, losing sleep, taking melatonin, and feeling drowsy and bothered and stuff like that. And it's a pretty good song. As always, rapping is on point. Really liked all of his flows. The chorus, which is mostly melodies, of course he does great on the melodies as well. 350 was in there for a little bit. He had like a little segment of the pretty sure it was the second verse, I think. But yeah, he was in there for a little bit and did his thing as well. So yeah, overall, Melatonin combined with Floating, it's a good song. It's a good song. You know, not anything much that I go back to. I think nothing that special, but yeah, just overall a good song. So yeah, I'd give it about a 6.5 seems fair. 6.5 out of 10 seems fair. So yeah, we're going good so far. So let's get into track 7, Need You. Okay, track 7, Need You. That was a really good song. I really enjoyed that one. My second favorite of the album so far. It's this psychedelic, I want to say Kanye West-esque, like introspective kind of track, and it's and I like all the distortion and all the like playing with the soundscape of it all. It was very creative, I would say, in that aspect. Overall, the song seems to be about him. I don't know, it's just like it's the same like concept as before. It's like this like constant back and forth of him being, you know, like him having this faith battle in himself. Like some days he's good, other days he's bad and he's wilding out. But we all get those days, kind of. So, well, I mean, it's relatable, is what I mean to say, and so that's basically what I got from the message of the song. It's just back and forth. When he says I need you, I'm pretty sure he's talking about God, most likely talking about God. I'm not sure why he'd be, I mean, like, he could be talking about a girl, I guess, but yeah, he's talking about God. I don't even know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's an overall really good song. I really like how he displayed the message, and especially like the soundscape of how he played with the sounds going from one ear to another, if you're listening through earphones or headphones, that is. And yeah, it's just a really well made psychedelic rap song, is what I can say. It's it's not like a reinvention of the wheel or anything like that, but it's a really good song. So yeah, I especially like the verses. I like the production. I just like everything about it. I just don't have much to say, unfortunately. So overall, I give it about 7. Yeah, about a 7 out of 10, I think. I really liked his melodies, of course. Almost forgot to mention that. And yeah, just overall as a track, really, really good song. Definitely recommend it. 7 out of 10. Solid 7 out of 10. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Okay, track 8, Running. That was a pretty good song in my opinion. Unfortunately, kind of like Kids, it, at least to me, it sounded like a underdeveloped idea of a song, because the verses were really short. I don't have a problem with short verses. It's just like the song as a whole needs to feel like a finished thing, like a not just like some interesting concept that's trying to get a feeling. It needs to, I just need it to feel finished. And kind of like Kids, it doesn't feel fully developed to me. The instrumental just kind of it just kind of goes and I can totally understand what he was trying to convey. It's basically a song about him kind of helplessly chasing and helplessly obsessed with this, what sounds to be a girl. It could be God or something, I don't know, but it's or a feeling, but it sounds like a girl. All right, so it could be any one of those. And just him kind of hopelessly wanting and chasing after this. And while I understand that, and I totally get it, because that's basically all that was, it was just kind of plainly put out there, and it just feels like a concept. It feels like it needs some more time in the oven, like it needs a few more moving parts, like it feels like it needs some more change. It needs some more, it just needs more, because it's about 2.5 minutes long, and it's just it just feels unfinished to me. It's still a good song. Like, it's still a it's accomplished enough to the point of being a good song, but it's not something that I go back to. It's not something that I want to purposefully listen to again, because it's just kind of undercooked in my opinion. So that's basically what I'm feeling about it. I give it about a 6 out of 10, which looking at my rating so far would make it the worst song so far, and it's not even a bad song, so that is a good thing. But it just feels like it could have been much more. It feels like it could have used more, like, oh, more finished moving parts involved in it. It just kind of felt flat just kind of flat and generic, like, when it was happening. So yeah, overall my least favorite track so far, but definitely not a bad song. I would never go as far as to say that about it. So overall, I just say 6 out of 10. It's a good song, just underdeveloped in my opinion. So let's move on to track number 9. We have Sober. All right, Sober is a track featuring Paris Chariz and Beam. And overall, I thought it was a really good song. The song's about him wanting to be sober, but he really likes the comfort, the numbingness, the quick fix that is being not sober. And that's the same sentiment that Paris Chariz and Beam do in their features. So yeah, overall, I thought it was I thought it was a really good song. Paris Chariz came in with a very Travis Scott-esque flow and sound. Well, he kind of does. I mean, like his voice just kind of sounds like Travis Scott anyway. So yeah. But yeah, his verse was good. But I've gotta admit, the guy who really made the song for me was Beam. His verse was short, but I really liked his smooth flow. Like, his flow was like really smooth, and he just had this really nice, natural, clear delivery and confidence to him that I felt really pierced through the track, even though he was just there for a short amount of time. But yeah, his verse was the best part of the track in my opinion. But overall, as a song, it's a good experience in my opinion. WHATUPRG does a great job on his verse as well as on the chorus. Gotta admit, I wish if there were more. Oh, if there was just more, if it was more catchy, I guess, more like, I don't know, I just wish if there was more. I mean, not like in the length of the track. I think it's a bit less than 3 minutes long, but I think it's long enough. It's just I think it needed more. I don't know, just more added to it, more moving parts, kind of. I mean, that's kind of a thing that I'm starting to notice as I pay attention to each track. Like, some feel kind of undercooked, others feel as if they could have benefited from some, just like, more things added to it to make it stand out or make it special, make it just better. Just more things. Of course, I can't go into detail. I don't even, understand what these terms are half the time. But yeah, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So, but yeah, overall, Sober, another good track. We have not had a bad track yet. Not a single thing under a 6 out of 10. This one, in my opinion, is a 7 out of 10. My camera is about to come off. It's got like 4 minutes left. I've got to clear some space for my phone. But Sober with WHATUPRG, Paris Chariz, and Beam. Great song. Just wish if there was a bit more to it, both sonically, and I also think that the chorus could have been a bit better. Yeah, so those are my overall thoughts on it. And let's move on to track number 10. We're moving into the double digits now with the track Already. Okay, track 10 already. It's a pop song? Pop song. Yeah, I think it's safe to call it a pop song. It's a pop song. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not too clear on. I mean, I'm not like 100% clear on the message, but I'm like 90% clear. I think it's about WHATUPRG and this girl, this girl that he's saying, and he says that he'll do right by her. He'll be right beside her all the time throughout everything that she's doing. He just wants to be with her. And then she's like, oh, don't try to be there all the time. But then he's like, don't worry about it, I've already lost me. Because by like what he's saying throughout the songs, it sounds like they're living this life of like parties and drinking after and stuff like that, just like a cycle of that. And what it sounds like, especially from the chorus, is that he's saying that he's already like lost himself, already like lost his purpose, lost his like feelings, just like lost his soul, kind of. I didn't want to say soul, but kind of like, just kind of like, I guess a better way to put it is like lost. He's already lost who he is, because of the lifestyle and this like cycle of just, I don't know, just excess, I guess, or just this cycle of having no purpose or something like that. I don't know, just something like that. But whatever it is, whatever situation that he's in, he's already lost himself. So he's like readily available for this girl. She's like the only thing that he cares about. All right, my camera cut out there for a second, but that's basically all I had to say about it anyway. So yeah, hopefully that's not too jarring of a cut or anything. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically what I felt about the song already. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a good pop song. Yeah, so overall, I like the sound of it. I like his singing. I like the little reggaeton breakup in there, and yeah, it's got a good message. Well, not like a good message. It's like a clear message. I understand where he's coming from with it. Is what I'm trying to say. So overall, I'd give already about a 6.5 to a 7. By the time I make this video, I'll have made up my mind, so you'll see it on the screen. But yeah, not gonna lie to you, that track was kind of, it's just not one that I'd go back to, but it's still a good song. So yeah, track 11 up next. We have track 11, Love You. All right, track 11, Love You, which has a brief appearance by, I think it's pronounced Cassandra, because her name's just CSNDRA, so I'm guessing it's Cassandra. And the song is basically about WHATUPRG's deep love for his partner. Basically it. Not much lyrics in the song, but I thought it was sweet. Came across really well. The sentiment came across really well, I think. But what really sold me on the song, because it's a regular guitar ballady kind of song, right? Just a regular guitar, just a regular guitar ballad kind of song, right? But what really sold me on it was when Cassandra and WHATUPRG started singing together for the outro, like the final refrain of the chorus there. She sounded like really, really good, because like, of course, WHATUPRG is, he's good at his melodies and stuff. He's good, right? But she's great. She's like, as soon as I heard her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm sold on this. I would have probably like this would have probably been one of my like my second favorite song on the whole project, if she had had her own verse. I just really wish if she had a verse in this song, because them singing together worked really really well for me to bring across that sentiment of the like the love, I'll take care of you, I'll always be there for you, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And yeah, so yeah, really wish if she had a verse, but as is, it's a cliche, generic, been there done that, nothing special, guitar ballad song, but at the end of the day, overall still a good song in my opinion. So I'll either give it a 6 or a 6. Nah, I can't give it a 6. Definitely a 6.5. I'll say a 6.5 out of 10. Almost a 7 because of Cassandra's portion of the song. Gosh, this is so close to a 7. If only she'd had a verse. But as is, 6.5 out of 10 seems fair. So yeah, not much else to say about the song. But it's good. So yeah, let's move on to track 12. We have 285. All right, 285 by WHATUPRG. It has a feature actually from Caleb Cruz, who does the chorus of the song. He does a great job in my opinion. So overall, the song seems to be talking about them being in their head, just kind of going through things. It's just kind of like the sentiment of the whole album so far. It just seems to be just a regular, relatable, like back and forth, like fate battles and stuff like that, just like kind of fighting to hold on to some sense of purpose, some sense of, I don't know, just like a sense of understanding, a sense of just hope, because of like everything going on around you, wrestling with coping mechanisms, not trying to fall into coping mechanisms to get through the day and stuff like that. Basically just WHATUPRG giving praise to God, and asking him for like blessings and stuff, and saying that he surrenders to him and stuff like that, like he's putting it all in God's hands and stuff like that. Not gonna lie, like listening to it, just kind of like listen to it, it felt shorter than it actually was, because the song, it's 3 minutes 14 seconds, but kind of felt like 2.5 seconds or something like that, because there's not much inside of it. But overall, it's another good song. Like none of these songs are bad. I don't think there's gonna be a single bad song. But I don't know. It's just it doesn't feel as undercooked as some of the other ones that I've called undercooked already. But not gonna lie to you, I wish if there was just a little bit more. Not gonna lie. Am I being nitpicky? I don't know. Just let me know in the comments below or something. But I just wish if there was a bit more. I'm sorry, alright? I've been hearing about this album for like 5-6 years, alright? It's out now. And I was just, I don't know, I just want more, I guess. But as I said, nothing has been bad. Nothing has been average even. It's all been above average. It's all been good. It's all been at least good so far. But yeah, not gonna lie, I just wish if there was more to it, is what I'm trying to say. But 285, WHATUPRG and Caleb Cruz, they both do a good job. They both get the message across clearly. The production's okay. And yeah, it's just another good, but like generic. It's one of those songs. All right, if you listen to it, you're gonna hear it. It's one of those songs. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, overall a good track. I'd give it about a 6 or a 6.5. I'm not sure. Not sure whether I choose a 6 or a 6.5, but you'll know by the time I get to editing, I'll add it in here. You'll see it at the top. So yeah, 285. It's a good song, just a good song in my opinion. Not much else to it. So let's move on to track 13, which seems to be another interlude or something, because it's only 1 minute and 13 seconds long. Although I've been getting more and more surprised these days since songs get shorter and shorter. So yeah, Running 2, a sequel to the what like 6 or 7 track called Running. Alright, just like I thought, Running 2 was an interlude that led straight into the next track, Hollywood. And again, I'm not sure why they did this, just like they did with Floating, leading right into Melatonin, because it's not like the other song that it's leading into is that long to where we could take this part out to make it a bit, make it a bit like shorter and like justify it a bit, because it doesn't really like, it's not like it switches up or anything. It's just like it's just an extra minute and 13 seconds. All right, the actual track that it's leading into Hollywood is 2 minutes 50 seconds. So that would just be like what 3 minutes 50 seconds, 3 minutes 53, what 4 minutes 3 seconds. I'm not even sure if I'm getting that right, but like what, a 4-minute song, like we can't just do that, because I think that now that I think about it, if it's like an extra minute and 13 seconds of just it wasn't just it still would have worked because there's vocals in there, so it wouldn't have just felt empty. So it would have worked, in my opinion, to make it a longer song, to make Hollywood a longer song. But I digress. Okay, so I'll just judge Running 2 on Hollywood as just basically the same track. So Hollywood is basically about WHATUPRG coming to God. Basically, it's basically him saying, "Oh, I was in a bad place before." You've heard it a million times. "Oh, I was in a bad place before, but now I'm coming back to God. Here I go, going back to God. Bless me, Lord. Love me, Lord. I love you, Lord. I'm in my purpose now. I'm living unashamed in your name." Stuff like that. And we got 2 surprise features from Chad Gardner and Halvey, who's on the same label as, Halvey is on the same label as WHATUPRG. Never heard about Chad Gardner, but they did the bridge of the song. Basically the same message, and yeah, they both did a good job. They both did a really good job on there. They sang together and they sound good together. So yeah, just overall, Running 2 and Hollywood, it's a good song. It's a good song. I see what they were going for. Did they achieve it to the degree to a degree that completely satisfied me? No, I'll admit that much. But yeah, overall, it's still a good song. Like everything's been good. It's just that nothing has really hit that high, kind of like Human did. All right, Human, because I'm looking at the ratings of all the tracks here at the side here, right? And Human is still at that top level there. It just, nothing felt like it was missing. It was just, so like this isn't one of those examples where something feels like it's missing, but it's like it's simple. It's regular is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying really hard. It's simple, it's regular, but at the end of the day, a good song. Definitely a good song. Definitely recommend it. Wish if they would have just added it into it, so that way the track list is shorter, but it's the same length of songs anyway. So yeah, I just don't get that. I don't get, because on its own it doesn't stand on its own. It's not like good enough to be on its own, so just add it into the track that it's supposed to be in anyway, so. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Running 2 and Hollywood. They're ranking them together here. They're good. So overall, I give it about a 6 out of 10. No, not a 6. About a 6.5 maybe. I want to say 7. I really want to say 7. but I don't know. I'm not feeling 7. I mean, yeah, am I feeling 7? Am I feeling a 7? I could be feeling a 7. I think I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm feeling a 7, but I'll make that decision by the time we get to editing. I don't want to take up much time here, so you'll see it up there, whatever that number is. 6.5 over 7. So yeah, good. Still going good. Not a single bad track. Next, we move into what looks to be another interlude leading into our final track. We have Kids Again as track 15. Well, to my surprise, I was proven wrong. Kids Again is its own, well, kind of proven wrong. It's an interlude, of course, a minute and 20 seconds long, but it doesn't lead into the final track, which is the album version of Praise, the second single that got released for this album, which is basically a posse cut, basically, but we'll get into that. That's the final track. Kids Again is its own standalone track. It's an interlude. My camera is about to go out again. Kids Again, it's basically a refrain of him saying, please don't leave me alone, over some nice, like, water effects, instrumental kind of thing. And it's not much to write home about. It's good. Obviously, it's good, but I wouldn't like include it. It doesn't feel significant enough to be included, like to get like a rating or anything. I wasn't thinking that deeply about it. It just kind of passed along. But it's still a good track. If I were to, if I like had to rate it, I would give it like a I don't know, like a 6 or something like that. Yeah, because it just kind of came and went. It's not anything special. It's not like something like it has to be a something or something like that. But yeah, it's good. It's good. There's no worries about that. It is a good song. Well, it's not like it is a song, but it's like an interlude. It's not like something you'd like, but unless you like that, none of that is important. Okay, it's an interlude. It's a good interlude. If I had to rate it, 6 out of 10, simple and plain. But it just kind of came and went. It didn't leave some significant impact on me, and that's of course not the purpose. It's an interlude. Not even sure why it's here. Kids by itself. And that reminds me, Kids by itself was still a short track, all right. And I said that it felt undercooked to a certain degree. So, you might as well should have just added this to the, I don't know, like the start of it or the end of it or something like that to make it longer or something. But yeah, I just thought about that. I'm spending way too much time on something that's not even a significant part of the album. So let's move into the final track on the album version of the single Praise, which pretty much the entire Christian rock community has been talking about because it is a huge posse cut. We have not had a posse cut this huge in quite some time. Alright, to close things off, we have the final track of the album Praise, the posse cut with a whole lot of people. WHATUPRG featuring Foggy Rod, Ty Brazel, Paris Chariz, Not Clyde, 1K Few, No Big Deal, Aha Giselle, and Caleb Mitchell. I did not count that, but of course you can see that is a lot of people. The original version, well, not the original version, but the shortened version is the version that it stops at I'm pretty sure it stops at No Big Deal. So it's like a 4.5 minute song, because he originally dropped it as a SoundCloud exclusive, and then commercially released it with a video and stuff right before this album dropped. I think like 2 weeks ago, or either a week or 2 weeks ago, he dropped this on streaming services with the video. So and with the extra 3 verses from Aha, Caleb Mitchell. Wait, is it 3 verses? Was 350 in the original? I don't even remember if it's two extra verses or 3. Not sure, but overall, Praise is a good song. It's a good song. But problem that I was, trying not to run into, but this kind of found me, was that it felt a bit too long. It felt like we could have made some cuts, not gonna lie, because everyone does a good job. Every single person does a good job. Not a single bad performance on the entire track. I'll go through them all one by one, and then I'll just kind of highlight what my highlights for the song were, because it is a really long song. It's 6 minutes 22 seconds. WHATUPRG, of course, did a good job. Wish he would have stood up more, not gonna lie, but did a good job. Foggy Raw went second with his verse, and Foggy Raw, when I first found out about him, not gonna lie, was not a fan of the guy, was not a fan of his attitude, could not stand him, not gonna lie to you. But eventually he grew on me. Eventually I realized what my distaste, I guess, of him was lying in, but that's a whole different personal thing. But but still, these days I'm not like a Foggy Raw fan or anything, but I understand his intent more. I understand I understand his appeal more, although he is still hit or miss for me musically, because he has this very distinct, this very recognizable, like chill flow. I would say a chill, laid back flow, right? And on this song, this one is good, which is, it's kind of like almost like poetry in a way, because he's saying it in such a slow way. That's how he usually raps, in a sort of slow way. But it's his charisma and his confidence and his like sort of, I don't like using this word, but swagger, that sells the whole deal of him. And and this comes through perfectly on the song, because he's saying basically not much not much here. It's a pretty short verse, but he certainly leaves his mark. Verse 3 was probably my favorite. It's a tie for my favorite verse on the song, but verse 3 was Ty Brazel. I loved his flow. It was real clear. It was really, he switched it up once or twice. I like that. And so I just thought he did a great job on his verse. I mean, Paris Chariz came in and did his thing as well. Not much to say about him, not gonna lie. WHATUPRG did the chorus again. Then we got Not Clyde. Now, when I said that I had a tie for my favorite verse, Not Clyde and Ty Brazel are tied for my favorite verse of the entire song, because Not Clyde, at first, he was kind of, he started off as hit or miss for me, because I kind of had to get used, because I wasn't used to hearing a flow like his. But then but then I just kept listening to his stuff, kept hearing him on features and stuff, and I like him now. I see his appeal, I see his uniqueness, and I appreciate that about him. So on here, he is full charisma, he is full, Not Clyde. It's very unique, it's very recognizable, kind of like earlier when I recognized his ad-libs on that song. I can't remember the name of it right now, but he definitely had my favorite verse on the song, tied with Ty Brazel. 1K Few went next, and he did a good job as well. No Big Deal came in for a kind of a short verse, did a good job as well. And after that we had Aha Giselle. He's a pretty standout rapper these days, but I mean, we're not here to like describe them all like personally or anything like that. But he basically did a good job as well. Did a good job, of course. 350 came in, did a really good job. Loved his flow, loved his verse on this song. Next we had Caleb Mitchell, who brought some melodies to it. Caleb Mitchell started off not even knowing that he was a Chris. Well, he's okay. Let's not start questioning who's a Christian rapper or not. But Caleb came in and did his thing. I like his melodies. He has a very I wouldn't say deep voice. He has a thick voice, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, like once you hear Caleb Mitchell and voices like Caleb Mitchell, you know what I mean when I say that he has a thick voice. All right, like, you know, like just thinking about someone having a thick voice, you kind of get the message of what I'm trying to say there. But but he came in, he had a good flow, he had good melodies and stuff. He brought some nice diverse styles to the track. And then the chorus came in and the song was over. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really like negatively affected exactly by the length of the song. It is too long in my opinion, not gonna lie. There isn't enough height, reach. There isn't enough like I mean, like, everyone does their unique like everyone does their thing here, right? Everyone does a good job, like I said, but there isn't enough like uniqueness with everyone on the, like, I mean, it's not like uniqueness, it's like what I'm trying to say, there's not enough like high points. There's not enough reason, I think, for me to like go through the entire song exactly. All right, because everyone has their moment, everyone does their thing, but it's not like everyone gives some amazing verse that you have to hear for the entire 6 minute 22 run, because that is not the case. But as I said, you know, just basically in a nutshell, overall praise. It's a good song, it's a good posse cut. Overall, I give it about 7, a solid 7 out of 10, I would say. It has a catchy chorus, so that should keep you going in between the verses. But it's just that, like, you know, it's got that feeling of a posse cut to where it just kind of gets to a point, like a ridiculous point of like, okay, this has been going on for too long. Like, there's like 9 guys here. Like, there's what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's like 9 guys here giving a verse. Okay, like, that's too much. That's a bit much, and they're not like giving like 10 out of 10 verses here. It's like everyone's giving like a hot 16 and then pushing it. But like, it's like, you know, but it's like a good hot 16, all right? But it's still not like worth like 6 minutes 22 seconds, all right? But as I said, it's a good song. It's a really good song. Almost great. Pretty much, you know, it's I could call it a great song, you know, but I just think that it's a bit too long. You know, I wouldn't want to start calling names for who I would cut. I mean, yeah, I could call some names, not gonna lie to you. I could have done without 1K Few. I could have done without 1K Few and Paris Carreras could have gone. Wasn't the biggest fan of Caleb Mitchell's verse, but he did bring some melodies to it, which was nice. So that's a nice little diverse thing to put in there. So we could have cut her down to like 7 people, and that would have worked. You know, take out 1K Few, take out Paris Carreras, and you know, got a nice tighter song there. But that's not to, you know, shame them or anything like that, because they both do a good job. Everyone does a good job, like I said. All right, everyone does a good job. I'm just saying, it's a bit too long. It's a bit too long for me, not gonna lie to you. So yeah, overall, good posse cut, solid 7 out of 10. Great song, great closer, and that brings us to the end of the album. 16 tracks. That should have been, what, 13, because you could have just added the interludes into the actual tracks they were leading up to themselves. But I digress. But yeah, overall, well, okay, let's just get through. So now that we're finished with each track individually, and I've given my thoughts and stuff, let us head into the final consensus, where I will give you my final thoughts on the album. Now, looking at the ratings, that I've given each and every track, well, most tracks, since the interludes I just kind of added those to the actual tracks that we're leading into. Looking at them, not a single one of these is under a 6 out of 10. Out of like who is an actual 6 out of 10, there's only like there's only like 2 6 out of 10 songs. No, like one. There's one 6 out of 10 song on here, and it's and a 6 out of 10 is good, which means there is not a single bad track on this entire album, in my opinion. I thought every song was at least good. Not gonna lie, I think that at points it feels a bit undercooked. It feels a bit like if it's lacking some part that could have made it better. Some tracks could have been longer. Some tracks could have just used some just more, like I said, but because like you heard what I said about them individually. So yeah, I just feel like some of them felt undercooked. Some of them could have used some more moving parts, could have used some more segments, could have used some more switch ups, could have used some more diverse styles, could have used some more diverse production. Although like it's not repetitive exactly. It's not repetitive. It's just like the tracks themselves could have used some more parts. But is all I'm trying to say. So as the thumbnail says, as a lot of people have been asking, is it worth the wait? Was it worth the wait? I don't know. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. Of course, it's not bad. Why am I even saying the word bad? Nothing about this is bad. There isn't a single bad song here. Every song here is at least good. Okay, especially Human. Human is still the top track for me on this one. Yeah. But yeah, overall, New Hollywood by WHATUPRG. Think some of the tracks could have used some more moving parts. As I said, that is my biggest and only like consistent criticism here, because no one does a bad job on here. All of the features do their jobs. All of the features are good. Everything, all the production, all the beats and stuff, everything is good. It just could have used a bit more in some areas. That's all I'm trying to say. So was it worth the wait? In my opinion, 5 years is a long time. 4 or 5 years is a long time. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you if it was worth the wait. It's a good album. It's a really good album. I don't know. I can't answer that question honestly. I mean, as a whole, taking in each and every single track here, is it worth the wait? 5 years, 4 or 5 years, 6, 5, 4 years. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Like, how long did it take him to record this? I don't know. Yes, I guess. I mean, because like nothing really like wowed me. Like the only track that wowed me and took me to that high that I was seeking within this album was Human. That was the only track that reached that point for me. Everything else was just good. But you know what? Nah, it didn't. Was it worth? Yes. I mean, okay, let me it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. That's the answer to my to that question. It was worth the wait. New Hollywood was worth the wait. Was it as good as I thought it was going to be, after the wait? No. The whole moving parts thing that I just described, that brought it down a bit for me, but overall it is a solid enough body of work in my opinion. Overall, if I were to give it a score, I would give it a 7.5, a 7. I'm thinking along the lines of a 7 or a 7.5. I've got to put some more thought into it, so by the time I'm getting to this part of editing the video, I should have already made my decision, so you'll see either a 7 or a 7.5 up there. Right, so yeah, and that's basically it. We've gotten to the end. This is probably going to be like what I really hope this isn't an hour-long video. Gosh, please don't make this an hour-long video. So yeah, that has been my review of WHATUPRG's long-awaited, long-anticipated, long-rumored, long-mystified, long-talked about, long-conversated about, long-time-coming new Hollywood album. It's finally here, and it is really good, and I definitely recommend that you listen to it. Not a single bad track in my opinion. Could use some more work in the kitchen, could use some more spices in there, but overall, really good album. Definitely recommend it. And if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload next, which hopefully is sooner than a month from now. So yeah, thank you for watching. And oh, just a quick note, have you guys heard of Social Club Misfits album? The what is it, Everyone Loves a Comeback Story or something like that? That album's good. That's a great body of work in my opinion. Okay, let's not get there. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload next. This has been Fraser Not the Exorcist, and I'll see you all next time. New Hollywood, WHATUPRG, really good, 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Goodbye.